The client can make informed decisions, and then they can actually know, like, okay, you know what, like, no, my hair is like this and it needs this, so I'm gonna get this over this. So I think that it really empowers people to be like, oh, I can make decisions about my hair. It's not difficult, it's not hard, I just didn't understand it.
Right.
When you want to cook a meal, you have to get the ingredients first and make sure you have like good quality ingredients. The same thing with hair care. You have to understand natural hair care, the anatomy of hair care. A lot of people can deliver on a style. They can, like, you know, they can see a picture and be like, oh, I can do that, but are you taking into account the client's hair? Are you taking into, you know, what their hair can tolerate? Is it actually a healthy style for their hair? Like the main 5 things: the elasticity, the porosity, the curl type, the density, and then the texture. I think that understanding and getting a really good grasp of that will set you way above like everyone else, because the people don't really focus on the hair health.
Welcome to KOOMI Conversations. Thank you. Thanks for being here, Destini.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So for anyone meeting you for the first time, who are you and what do you do?
My name is Destini Maighan. I am 30 years old. I'm originally from Montreal. I'm Caribbean descent. My dad is from Trinidad and my mom is from Barbados and Guyana. And what do I do? I run a business right now. I'm a wife, soon to be a mother. And I help people with curly and textured hair just embrace their natural hair, learn about their natural hair. Yeah.
Thank you. KOOMI's tagline is guidance, beauty, and belonging. Which of those 3 words feels most present in your life and work right now?
I would definitely say guidance. Based on what I do, I'm constantly teaching my clientele, teaching my staff about natural hair, how to take care of it, what it needs. So yeah, I would definitely say that I resonate a lot with guidance at this phase of my life.
I love you at the educational piece because I benefited from that visiting you and found out things about my hair that I didn't know. So that's great. I love it.
One of my favorite things that I get to do is just change people's kind of narrative about their hair. So I love teaching.
Yeah, that's nice to see. So we're sitting here in the city of Vancouver. It's 2026. What feels unique to you about building a beauty and creative business here in the city?
What feels unique? I'd say Vancouver is a special place. It's very beautiful. You get that kind of mixture of nature and city life. And I think that for me, that is very different from what I'm used to. So I think it sparks a lot of creativity in me and inspiration. Like I see different curl patterns in like the trees and stuff, like based on how big the leaves are. I'm like, oh, that kind of looks like a fro. So I think that it passion and insight for me.
So we're going to get into some guidance questions. When someone sits in your chair unsure about their hair, how do you guide them from confusion to clarity about what their hair actually needs?
So I'm really big on consultations. So I'm gonna ask them 1,000,005 questions. In order for me to best guide them, I need to understand who they are, what they know about their hair, what they want their hair to look like. So I ask a lot of questions. I look at them, I see what they're wearing, kind of get a little bit of idea about their personality, and then I do a really thorough assessment on their hair. So I'm checking for their curl type, their porosity, their elasticity, how dense their hair is, do they have fine or coarse hair? And then based off of all of that, I give my assessment to the client. So I really go based off of the chemistry of their hair. So I try not to lean in towards trends and stuff like that. I love a good inspo pic, but I really want to know what it is that your goal is for your hair, and then I realistically let you know, okay, based off of what I'm seeing today, this is where you're at, this is where we can get you, and this is how we can get there.
There's so much conflicting advice online about textured hair. What are a few non-negotiable things you tell clients in Vancouver to focus on for healthy hair?
I would say the main thing is clean hair. I feel like we were told often like dirty hair kind of grows quicker, is better. Yeah, that's one thing that I remember growing up, that's what I thought as well. But honestly, the main thing that curly and textured hair needs is hydration, and the only way we can get that is from water. The only way that we can get that truly is from a really good wash. So I would say properly cleansing the hair is like the number one thing for healthy hair. And that's one thing that I really like to instill in my clients, like washing like once a week, a good hydrating shampoo, adding a clarifying shampoo every 4 to 6 weeks to give your hair a nice reset. And just with that change alone, I think people, they see a lot of difference in their hair.
And like, is it like this, we need the scalp clean and the hair, or is one more important than the other?
Both. I feel like before people were mainly focusing on the scalp, which is, of course, it's the foundation, it's so important. But the hair itself, actually, that's where we're putting a lot of the products on the hair. So we get a lot of buildup, we get hard water buildup. So going in and actually like cleansing your hair itself makes all the difference. It's chemistry. The water has a pH of 7. It opens up the cuticles. The shampoo is more, has a higher pH too. It opens up the cuticles. It helps you detangle. Water is able to get in, and then the conditioner has a lower pH when it closes back up the cuticle. So it's really chemistry.
Science.
Back. Hey, we need to hear this information.
For stylists or braiders in Canada who are just starting out or considering a career shift, what guidance would you give them about turning their skills into a sustainable business?
I would say always start with the foundation. Just like when you want to cook a meal, you have to get the ingredients first and make sure you have like good quality ingredients. The same thing with hair care. You have to understand natural hair care at the anatomy of hair care. I think that a lot of people can deliver on a style. They can they can see a picture and be like, oh, I can do that. But are you taking into account the client's hair? Are you taking into, what their hair can tolerate? Is it actually a healthy style for their hair? So truly understanding like the main 5 things: the elasticity, the porosity, the curl type, the density, and then the texture. I think that understanding and getting a really good grasp of that will set you way above like everyone else, because the people don't really focus on the hair health. And I think people, from what I'm seeing in my business, people are truly craving that. They want to understand like why. They want to understand the foundation of their hair. So knowing that as a provider, as a braider, as a hairstylist, I think will set them apart from the competition.
Yeah, a lot needs to be, it's not just being good at knowing how to do a status, like a skill, like it needs to have the knowledge.
Exactly. You have to know the rationale,
Right.
as to why you would or wouldn't do something. And then I think that also builds confidence in the stylist too. Like, I have no problem telling someone like, no, I don't feel comfortable doing that. And I'll explain to them like, your hair is like this right now. We can't do this today. Let's work on this. And maybe in a few months we can get there. Whereas if I feel like if I didn't have that information or I didn't have that foundation, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. I would just do it because the client's always right. But for now.
I love that, the rationale. That's where your nursing comes.
Yes.
But it's like, because honestly, I find myself like, I want to know why, right? Like, help me understand what we're doing and the benefits. Like, I'm curious, right?
Exactly.
And I feel like informing people, being informed is good for both sides.
Yes, exactly. And then the client can make informed decisions, and then they can actually know like, okay, you know what, like, no, my hair is like this and it needs this, so I'm gonna get this over this. Or I think that it really empowers people to be like, oh, I can make decisions about my hair. It's not difficult, it's not hard, I just didn't understand it.
Right. Yeah. It's amazing. For some beauty questions, how has your understanding of the beauty of Black hair evolved, especially working in a city where Black hair hasn't always been centered?
Well, moving here from Montreal, it's so diverse. Everyone in my class looked like me. Like, it was so normal to like wear my natural hair and not to get made fun of for wearing my natural hair. Versus here, I'm seeing more and more clients coming in who are like in their early teens and they're bullied and made fun of for their hair. And to me, it was a culture shock. So I was like, what do you mean? Like, you're made fun for your hair? That's crazy. Like, we were made fun of like for our shoes or our clothes, something that we couldn't control, not because of our hair. So I think that it's very encouraging to me when I see those clients come in, because I'm able to kind of teach them about their hair, really transform the way that they view their hair, the way that they have the relationship that they have with their hair as well. So it just encouraged me to continue empowering, especially the younger generation and even the older. Like just a few weeks ago, I had a lady come in. She was in her mid-50s. She was like, this is the first time I've ever gotten my hair done in a salon. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. Like, you deserve to, be able to experience that and get your hair washed with a shampoo bowl. And so yeah, it's definitely been a difference coming to Vancouver as opposed to the hair culture in Montreal. But I'm happy that I was able to, bring this curl spa to Vancouver because there's definitely was a demand for it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Wow, like so you're not just making people look good, but feeling good about themselves and like actually making such an impact. I feel like that's so amazing.
Yeah, and I remember when I left nursing, I remember people are like, don't you want to help people? And like every day I'd help people actually, and what I do, it's just in a different way. But to see someone feel empowered and fall in love with their hair for the first time, I think it's like so rewarding and so necessary because it's one of our main features, right? It's like, and it's a part of our identity. So to feel ashamed about your hair and not know how to take care of it, I think it takes a toll on someone's confidence, especially for someone such a young age. So yeah, I honestly love what I do.
Okay. When you finish a style, what tells you, yes, this is beautiful beyond just how it looks in a photo?
Yeah, I think that like when it looks very natural, I think a lot of women look most beautiful with their natural hair. And I don't want it to be super, like, it doesn't have to be perfect. I want it to accentuate your natural beauty. So it's going to be bouncy. It's going to be healthy. It's not going to be caked down with gel. And to see how the client kind of lights up afterwards, I think that is the true kind of indicator that I did it, like I succeeded at what I did that day. So really, that the hair looks natural, fluffy, and that the client leaves with a big smile on their face.
For me, honestly, like visiting the salon, it's like a therapy session, It's like, this is me time. This is gonna nourish my soul,
Yes, literally. And that's one of like, in my business, that's one of our core values is like client centricity. When the client walks in through the door, like, I'm here for you. What do you need today? Are we having a silent appointment? Do you just need to decompress? Or do you want to chat? Do you need to vent? Like, what do you need? I'm here for you. I got it. It's really all about the client.
You're so good at that, honestly. Every time I've seen you, I get that. So how do you personally define conscious luxury in hair through product choices, time spent in the chair, and how you price your work, especially doing this in a city like Vancouver?
So I think that it's trying to find the balance. I think that especially in today's day and age, their biggest like commodity is time. So I try to be really conscious with their time. So I systemize everything. From how I'm doing the shampoo to how I'm doing the consultation to how I set up my station, everything is optimized for time. And I also always do my best to find products that have clean ingredients in it. I feel like our world is so polluted already from the food we eat, the air we breathe, adding just more gunk onto our bodies, especially through our hair and our skin, which is like our biggest, absorption. So that's really how I try to do it, by really valuing the client's time and choosing products and tools that are useful and that are as clean as possible.
So impressive. Honestly, like systems, sustainability, like class act, honestly.
Systems have been something I'm learning. Like, I've learned since having my business, but it just makes time. It just makes everything so much easier. I don't have to think. I have a system in place. I know that it works. When it doesn't work, I'm able to just evaluate and see, kind of what needs to change. It just makes life easy. And then it also ensures the same standard of quality for every client, every visit. So everything is always the same. And no matter which stylist you go to, the way that I treat my stylist is the same way. So if you come see me versus if you go to see someone else, you're going to get that same standard of care.
I don't do that.
Exactly, which I think is super important.
I agree because, people will come to you and, you can only do so many people's hair, right? And if they want to experience that and they can experience that in your salon for anyone, I think that is definitely like just casting. Okay, and for some belonging questions, The hair salon has always been a safe space, a kind of therapeutic environment. How are you recreating that sense of belonging here at Des Curl Spa in a city where community can sometimes feel scattered?
Yeah. I really try my best. So when you walk in, you're gonna get a warm welcome. I'm gonna try to make you as comfortable as possible. What you need a snack, you need some tea. And right now, we're still in our 1 year phase, but I really do want to build more of a community because the amount of people that kind of just walk by and they pop in the salon, they're like, oh my goodness, like there's black people here. Like, what's going on? Like, there's a curly hair salon in downtown Vancouver.
Yeah.
So I think that I have a really good opportunity to help kind of connect people who wouldn't necessarily have the opportunity to connect, and they can all connect through hair care. So I'm looking to hopefully do some workshops or some kind of events that I can just bring the community together all around our hair. We can learn together. We can, make friendships and stuff like that. But in the salon, what I really try to do is, like I mentioned, it's all about the client. It's all about you. This is your time. My goal is to make you feel as special and pampered as possible. And one thing why I call it Des Curl Spa is like our shampoo process is really indulgent. We have the steam going, we have the essential oils going. Our shampoo stations are really comfortable. So yeah, I really tried to make it a moment of self-care where normally I feel like hair care, we were like, like I remember getting hit in the head with the comb, like stop moving. So I'm trying to change that I'm gonna make it indulgent and just relaxing.
Yeah. Different to, I guess, what some people's thoughts about the hair salon might be because of like, history, their culture, so like
Past trauma and stuff like that.
yeah. Honestly, I think you were my visit with you was like the first time I experienced that whole like steaming and stuff like that. I was like, I definitely get used to this. Okay, like you deserve it. This is like the standard now. Okay. Have you had a moment where a client told you, this is the first time my hair has felt understood while living here? What did that moment open up for you?
Yes, that happens quite a lot. We have clients who climb a crime chair often. Like I mentioned, it's their first time at the salon. Oftentimes, people don't, one common thread is people wouldn't make plans after the salon. So they come in and they're like, their service is finished and they're like, wait, like I actually love my hair. Like I don't have to go home and redo my hair. Like I can go out. So I think that one, that's crazy to me that you would leave the salon and have to go home and fix it. I think that should be illegal.
Yeah.
But I definitely, flashback. No, it's terrible. I definitely, it's something that happens quite often, and I'm hoping it will happen less and less because my goal is to change the standard. You deserve to be able to pay for a service and get a quality result at the end, and I think that that's what we deliver at this Cross Spa.
Yeah. If you think about the next 5 years, what would it look like for textured or black hair to truly belong in conversations and education?
It's definitely not taught in schools right now, or if it is, it's like a 1 or 2 day module where they don't really get into detail. They teach you how to do like one cornrow and a 2-strand twist, and that's it. So I think that it would be part of the curriculum. Sounds like literally, they teach you nothing. Yes, I remember when I was in school, we had one day and the teacher looked at me like I'm supposed to give you some information. I was like, as a student, yeah, I'm here to learn.
Oh no.
So I think that in 5 years, my goal is that the standard would change, that it wouldn't be a niche or it wouldn't be a specialty. It would be that you would be able to go into any hair school in Canada and be able to learn and understand textured hair and leave feeling competent and confident in being able to offer natural hair services. At least the basics, like being able to detangle and wash someone with curly hair. There's been so many times where clients have come in and like they would tell me stories where they would just get turned away right away. Like, you can't do your hair.
Yeah, can't even like touch you.
Yeah, it's 2026. That's crazy that you get turned away for even a wash and like a blowout. I think the standard definitely has to change. And my goal is that I will be able to contribute in that part in offering education to I don't know what it's going to look like, but my goal is to be able to kind of standardize textured hair in the curriculum in Canada.
Yeah. Well, we're waiting.
No pressure. We definitely need that. It is needed. It is.
Okay, so we're gonna get into some rapid fire questions. We're closing up now. What's one hair story or narrative about textured hair you're actively trying to rewrite through your work?
That. Sorry, rapid. Take first. Okay. Like I mentioned earlier, I think the biggest thing is like washing hair. Like I think that is the main thing that people are hitting the mark on is hydration comes from water, which comes from washing, not from more product.
Okay. One small ritual you wish every client would add to their weekly hair routine.
I think like adding in like a little 3-minute scalp massage is so nice. It feels really good, and then there's a lot of benefits for increasing blood flow to your scalp, which helps with growths, helps with oil distribution. So I would say a nice little scalp massage.
Okay. And a product category you think most people are either overusing or underusing.
I would have said oils like 2 weeks ago. However, people are overusing protein now. I'm seeing so many people coming in with breakage from using products that are high in protein because their hair is dry. So they're putting protein, which is very heavy, onto dry hair, which just breaks it off and it's super brittle. So I'm seeing like people losing half their hair from overuse of protein.
Okay, good to know. People, listen up. Okay, a protective style you'll never get tired of doing.
I love two-strand twists, honestly. There is a juicy two-strand twist. I think that they're the best protective style. Whether you add some extension or not to give it some more, volume, it's the best way to keep moisture in the hair. It's really low maintenance, low tension, and you see a lot of growth from it.
Yeah, that's actually a style that I need to do for like the growth.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't taken that step to style out. You should try it. Okay, next thing from my list. Finish this sentence. When my hair feels cared for, I feel.
I would say I feel confident. It's one of, like I mentioned earlier, it's one of the first things that people see when you present yourself is often your hair. So yeah, I would say that I feel confident when it's cared for and it looks good.
Okay, Des. And where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Des Curl Spa. You can find me in the salon located at 1243 Hamilton Street in Yaletown. Yeah.
Okay, great. We'll add all the links to the video so it's easy for everyone to find you. But thank you so much for being here at such a good time with you.
Yes, thank you for having me. It's been my pleasure, honestly. Yeah.
We'll see you again soon.